is Toby here, back for another video, and a slightly different one today, as you could tell from the title. Usually I'm following my training sessions and stuff like that, but I have this folder on my PC which has all of my lifting videos from as long as I've been lifting, like every day sort of thing, as long as I've taken it seriously. So I find it very important to record my top sets. For a lot of things, obviously the YouTube is a big reason. Sending videos to my coach, Loz, is another main reason. I also just like posting it and having this record to show my progress over the few years. So some of my recent lifts being this few selection I have picked out for you. And as you can see, they are pretty nice, but I wasn't always this great. I'm not that great. My form wasn't always brilliant. My lifts weren't always fun like that. And I thought it would be a bit of a fun idea to go back in time to when I first started lifting, before I had the YouTube channel, and I was still recording every single set. So yeah, we will have, I'm sure, a few interesting takes on form, technique. You'll be able to see my change. So obviously I am quite nice and large at the minute. You'll be able to see how I started and how I've built up over the last few years. So I started all the way back in 2019, taking it seriously back in, or was it 2020? It may have been 2020. We will see in the folder in a second. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into a bit of reacting. Okay, so you should be seeing on screen now the folder. We have got our 3 years of lifting there, 2020, 2021 and 2022. So if you don't know already, I started lifting back in January of 2020. Before then, I had been to the gym before. I had a few personal training sessions. I had learned the basic technique and how to do certain things, but I really started properly going to the gym and lifting in 2020, and I first started in the garage gym in April of 2020, which I believe, if we go in here and see, our first video is on the 20th of April 2020, which is way back in the day, a good while ago now. And yeah, I'm sure we will be seeing a lot of interesting takes on different lifts. So without further ado, we will jump in with the first lift. Let's have a look what this is. So we've got a bench. No clue what the weight is there. God, look how chubby I was and just absolutely no muscle. Yeah. Big scream. For no real reason. So let's pause that and try and work out what the weight was there. So also, shout out to my brother, Lively Lifts on Instagram. He has also packed on a ton of size. But yeah, let's see. We got the basic cheap wrist wraps on this old crappy bench. Look how basic my garage gym was back then, comparing it to now. But let's work out what weight this was. So it looks like we've got a 15, probably a 10, a 5 and a 2.5. So the 50 is 50, the 10s make it 70, 80, 85 kilo is my, I'm assuming this was a run rep max. By the way, I'm celebrating there, but look at the size of my arms there compared to, well, now a good couple of years later. I probably weigh not too far off the same, both now and back then. Because I started as a chubby boy around 100 kilo there. I'm about 110 now. But I did in the end drop right down, all the way down to 80 kilo at one point in, I believe, late 2020, I think. So we should be able to see some of that in this. But that was, yeah, the form. Did we even touch the chest? Probably just about. But look at that. No arch. Look how unstable the feet are. The feet are moving. It's pure just power there. Yeah, terrible technique, and I celebrated like an absolute goon. Yeah, look at the state of me there. Not very flattering, but I was happy with it. I was happy. Yeah, yeah, no, I was very happy. Apparently, how embarrassing. At least I can back it up now. Right, next video. What do we have here? I'm interested to see. Okay, first things first. Before we get into this, what is that? What is that angle? I'm sorry, but yeah. So you can see the rudimentary setup of the garage gym, the old barbell that fell apart when we used it, the bench that I no longer use because it's too narrow, and my old car deadlift setup. Oh, it's crap. But I believe this was a 150 kilo deadlift PR. Look at that old belt I'm using as well. Let's see how the form is and how much my spine cries. Double overhand, of course, before the days of straps. Didn't know what I was doing. Look at that setup. Ah, my spine felt that. Ow. I was happy with that, but oh, look at that starting position. Oi, oi, oi. Look at that. Look at that spine. All, look, that should never be a position. My legs are pretty much extended. Using absolutely no leg power. That is all lower back through there. God, that is bad. I don't even want to watch that again. Let's move on. This should be fun. We've got a squat. Let's see my depth. For one, also, look at this spotting setup. These buckets, by the way, are on wheels. In what world is that a good idea? We've got one like bucket with some pads and a lazy spar cardboard box to catch me if I fail this weight, which is what? That would be 70 plus 15 on each side, 100, 125 kilo squat, I believe. Let's have a look how this goes. Let's see how deep we go. You can see there just how much smaller I was. This is when I first started to properly lose weight. So you can see, I mean, I wear that tank top still now. You can find that on my Instagram and you can see how much more I fill it out. But let's go, let's have a look. Yeah, look at that depth. I'm sorry to say that my depth didn't really get much better until quite recently. It's only in the last year or so I've actually been getting deeper, but that is... I don't know how I could even consider posting these videos. Yeah, that was not brilliant. Not a great squat from me there, but we all start somewhere. Is this another squat? Is this the same day? Yeah, it looks like it's 130 kilos. So let's have a look how this feels. Because apparently I thought my last squat was good enough to then go for a heavier weight. Oh dear. Yeah. I reckon I thought I was so big for that. 130 kilos to that. Oh, it's crap. It's so crap. Right, let's move on. Oh, okay. For one, just look at that. Look at that hand position. Look at the angle my arm is at. That's awful. You can really see how much more chub I had on me there with how much the belt can cut in. But yeah, let's have a look at this. I don't even know what weight this is. God, it's like what, 40 kilo? 35? I've not, it's bad anyway. Either way. Look how wonkily it went up. Look at that. Look at that. That is, you should never start a press from that. I don't know how I've never been injured with lifts like these. Considering I'm now putting 100 kilo over my head. That's bad. Oh, This is my first attempt at strongman. So this is before I knew what strongman was, and I was just trying to train, and I didn't have a lot to train with, as you could see. And I found strongman through googling what I could do with this boulder that weighed about 60 kilos. So I believe I carried this up and down the garden. Or is this to the shoulder? No, this is to the shoulder. Wow. Stone to shoulder all the way back there. Look at me there. Look at that hair. Yeah, I'm not the same person now. But hey, I still love strongman all the way back then. We're now into May, so we're getting on a bit. But yeah, let's keep going. This is the run. So this is what I was on about. This is a bigger rock. This was a 100 kilo one that I had. Roundabout. No, it was 80 kilos. Sorry, 80 kilo one that I had. Look at that form. Look how low on the chest I got that. There's no way I'm keeping that up for any distance. But hey, it's my first depth, my first jump into strongman. I remember I DM'd this to so many different strongmen, thinking I was so cool. Like, I DM'd pretty much every strongman athlete I could think of, with this video being like, look, I'm doing strongman. Yeah. If any famous strongman end up talking to me, like I've spoken to quite a few now. I'm more into the sport. I hope none of them scroll up and see any of these. This is so bad. Right, let's keep going. What is this? Is this going to be rows? Yeah. Look at my head moving like a chicken. Oh, look, a pigeon. Oh, that's so bad. Also, my hair's just getting out of control at this point. This is lockdown. No barbers, nothing. You can actually just see in the background there. That log is a 20 kilo log that I carved handles in because I really wanted to be a strong man. Yeah, I've come a long way, but there's not much to say about this video. It's just some rows. What's this? Is this a 90 kilo bench? Yeah, 90 kilo bench PR. As you can see, I've lost a bit more of that chub that was in that first video. Let's see how horrific this is. Once again, no arch, completely flat. My shoulder blades aren't even pulled back whatsoever. Legs aren't getting involved at all. This is just pure, just strength. You know what? Not bad. I used to do these screams all the time. I don't do them anymore unless it's really, I'm really hyped, but God, yeah, it wasn't a terrible lift. Like, my bar path is decent. Yeah, but like, just the form of getting no leg drive whatsoever. Like, I don't think I got that much stronger since then to my like 100 kilo lift. I think I just corrected my form, and that added a lot. It's very important to learn good form. Like, this form's decent enough. It was enough that I wouldn't get injured doing it, but like a few small form techniques really, like technique changes really does make a difference. And I spent a lot of my lockdown working on my form, watching a lot of tutorials. So for the most part, I'm self-taught. It's only recently that I've got a coach. So it's very, very important to get your form right. And I'm glad I knew that from early on. But anyway, let's move on. What is this? Another squat. So I believe this is probably 140 kilo, considering the last one was 130. So let's see how horrific this depth is. Again, look how much smaller I am there. Yeah, I'm sorry, but what is that depth? The fact I even called this a PR. If that's not it, I don't know what is. If that's not it, I don't know what is. Look at that. That is horrific form. The fact that I say if that's not it, I don't know what is, it means I knew what depth was, and I had tried to get to depth. Clearly not very well. Well, I'm glad I've learnt now. Let's move on. This is probably my 160 kilo deadlift PR. I'm guessing. Also, look at that in the background, that whiteboard. And there you can see the log that I made back in the day, stood up there. Used it about twice probably, all that effort for nothing because it was too light and just awful, to be honest. But let's have a look. Same music as the last one. So 160, I'm assuming. Oh, oh my my god, what a pathetic attempt. Look at my face. Clearly, I hadn't had enough sugar or something, because there's no way tugging on that bar that little bit is making me lightheaded. Oh, that's stupid. That's so dumb. I can't believe what I've just seen. There's nothing more to say about that. Let's just move on. Okay, we're back, and we're back with this video here. You know what? This is me, again, trying to correct my depth. So this is when I used to squat in flat shoes. And in fairness to me, this was a lot better depth from me. So yeah, you can see that I'm actually trying to work on my form here. Still not great. Those PRs definitely still don't count, but at least I'm trying. Like, once I got the actual elevated heel squat shoes and stuff, it was a lot better. As you can see, my heels are lifting up, which showed me that I needed to get those shoes. But I'm not too fussed about that. I'm quite happy there. What's this? Is this... What even is this? Is this a squat? I'm assuming so. It's a cracking angle is what it is. Yeah, it's me trying to prove that I can do depth. As you can see now, I must have read online about switching to an elevated heel, because I've switched shoes into ones with more of an elevated heels than the last video. And as you can see, I got a bit more parallel. Still not quite there. This is a horrific image, isn't it? But we're getting there now. This is me, filming myself to work on my form. So that's one of the main reasons you should film yourself, is to work on form. So I'm happy with that. Let's move on. There's nothing really to laugh at there. And yeah, another angle. This is my form still being terrible. How did I go from actual, like, okay depth back to this, like, crap? It baffles me. It took me so long to get my depth right. And here we've got a heavier overhead. So you can see I've put on a bit more size now. You can see I've lost a bit of the chub, and my shoulders are getting a bit wider. Nothing compared to what they are now, but we're getting there. So this would be, what, 65 kilo overhead. Again, that horrific grip, too wide. You can see my shoulder veins have started to come through a bit, which only happened when I lost a lot of weight. So yeah, I must have been a lot lighter then. Been doing it a lot longer. What date are we in now? Oh, this was a failure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we are now in June. So another month or so had passed. This is when newbie games were great, and I was really putting on a lot very quickly. Let's keep going. This is what? 90 kilo bench. Very disgustingly done. Like, yeah, horrific arse lift off the chair. Again, no legs. Celebrated it, of course, for some reason. It is what it is. Moving on. Oh, is this... I think this is the 160 kilo deadlift. Just watch. Just watch. Ow. I got it. I pulled a ridiculous face, but just look when we're here. That position makes my skin crawl. How did I get away with that without an injury? I'm so lucky. Look at the bar. Ridiculous. I thought I was amazing. Look at that. You've celebrated the most disgusting rep in the world. Look, how have I not fallen over? I can't believe that. Oof. What's this? I don't even know. Is this going to be overhead? Squat? Overhead. Why am I now doing overhead inside? Apparently I'm not doing overhead inside. You know what? I'm quite impressed I fought that up. I mean, horrific. Look at my spine spinning there. But the fact I managed to control that again without any sort of injury, God, I was clean shaven then as well. God, this is probably the last time clean shaven Toby will ever see the light of day. But the fact I managed to control that up, that's what, 65 kilo again? It's not great, is it? What is this? Oh, is this just reps? Yeah, it's just 100 kilo for a bunch of reps. Skip over that one. It's not very interesting. Is this when I finally get like 70 or 60, or is this 60 for reps? I think it's 60 for reps, yeah. I get it for a triple? The form is horrific. But hey, I got it for a triple. Okay, this is interesting. We got some weighted dips. This is the last time I did weighted dips. And to be honest, one of the last times I did dips at all. This was back when I didn't get much. This was when I was a lot lighter. So dips have become a lot harder. This is probably similar to what I weigh now, dips-wise, with the extra weight. So again, I'm training young, but let's move on and see if there's any more interesting, horrible lifts. Oh, there we go. Here's another... Hey? Where was that horrific squat? Okay, we got another squat. What weight is this? We got 140 on this one, I believe. Let's see how much worse or better the depth is. Look how small I am there. Just taking up none of the bar whatsoever. Like now I put chalk like there on the bar because that's the bit that's resting on my back. Look how much smaller it is. Jeez. All right, let's watch. I thought, look at that. I thought covering me with the chair, I'd be able to get away with it. It's not even close, is it? It's ridiculous. Do I celebrate it like an absolute nerd? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Of course I do. But look how much of a wider grip I was taking there. And that is because my normal grip on squats is pinky on the ring, so around about there. But with this apparatus, it was too narrow. So I had to take a wider grip, and that made me a lot more unstable. Still not an excuse for that depth, but just a little note worth taking. More weighted dips. Skip them. What is this? So I'm assuming this is my attempt at 170. Am I going to do a crappy pass out fake or whatever? Look at that spine. There was no way you were going to get that, mate. Look. Oh, how did I get so lucky? The fact I pulled on this for so long, and then I am incredibly lucky not to be injured from any of this. Yeah, no, I think that's a good place to call it. Just that. I think that just sums up why I wanted to do this video and react to some of my old lifts. So, yeah. Ooh. So that is that. That is basically me reacting and laughing at myself from a couple years ago. If you want to see this series continue, because obviously I've got a lot more videos than those few I just showed you there. Obviously with time they get better and better, but I'm still sure there's some gems there. But a couple reasons why I want to do this video. One, funny. I can laugh at myself. I can see how much I've progressed, and that means I can laugh at my old self. And two is education. So obviously seeing myself lift like that back in the day shows how important form training and everything is, and not ego lifting. Obviously some of those are incredibly ego lifts, like that last deadlift there. My spine should have split. It was horrific. It was so bad. So I'm begging you, take your health and your body seriously. Learn the form. Don't just lift like I did because you can. And thirdly, of course, to show progression. You could see me back in the day. That was 2 years, and it shows all you guys what sort of a difference you can make in just over 2 years now. So that is that. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a different video. It's my first sort of reaction type content. I know videos again have been a little bit sparse. Of course, I've just started a new job. I'm in the new flat. So videos are taking a little bit longer. I currently don't have the best Wi-Fi connection, so uploading videos takes a couple days in itself. So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm very busy, I'm trying, and I thought this sort of reaction style content may be a bit easier to do. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you want to see another reaction type video, leave a like down below. If you just enjoyed it, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on some of those horrific lifts from me back in the day. And maybe, who knows, we'll do a video like this in a couple years reacting to my current lifts. But I think I'm doing pretty well at the minute. And of course, if you made it this far in the video and haven't considered hitting subscribe, this video sort of breaks the norm a bit. But if this is something more you want to see, of course, there'll be more videos like this in the future. But mainly I do just cover my training. And if training is something you want to see, then there's a lot of videos on the channel for you to watch. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Toby, and I will see you in the next video.